In the quiet heart of eastern Uganda lies a small, unassuming town, Mukura, in Ngora district. To the traveler, it may appear ordinary, but beneath its soil lies a story written in silence. In pain, in the lives of 69 men who never returned home. This is not just a place, it is a grave, it is a question, it is a wound, it is Mukura. The late 1980s were a time of immense tension in Uganda. The National Resistance Army, having come to power in 1986, was consolidating control over a fractured nation. Rebel activity, particularly by the Uganda People's Army and other insurgents, was flowering in the Teso sub-region, and the fog of war lies between the civilian and combatant began to blur. Government forces determined to root out rebels turned increasingly to mass arrests, detentions, and torture. On July 11, 1989, a battalion of the NRA conducted a cordon and search operation across Mukura and its surrounding villages, where over 300 men, including farmers, teachers, teenagers, elders, were rounded up and accused of supporting rebel factions. They were headed to Okungulo railway station and forced into a sailed train wagon. No ventilation, no food, no water, only scorching heat, body heat, and panic. By the time the wagon was opened, many hours later, 69 were dead. There was no national outrage, no press coverage, no tribunal, just silence. The bodies were buried in a single mass grave dug behind the railway station. The survivors, bruised, humiliated, traumatized, returned to a community torn by grief.
Rango seleba kwalena lo mutongo ongo duara temu duara konye no abu ma do mo ani araro ma epu no yi ibunga etongo pono golo kina bogi da para siamo ara kolonga dedenye no apola mo nusumi ara nyini na iriere nyama kanyini mere na ido ketetonga na mame dirisa dobo jo kapa ijari la tama bia bobu yo perere ko dobo awya buntia bai aja tama toma bogi ngin tegolo kin ada una pake polo nui konyedo ada ido ipidini objekini muto doje kuno marete de to ngama neni che raya mata kulam mata kulam anu ajaria ba mameta ki pameta mata ko mai o yesi no ya la kana le kete to ngama mungu beli to resi bosa kadosi dobo aparation irabo joli karidi golo kene so abogi ni amitonga do tong bala kaisa irai kara kaisa ngon golo ne so abogi ya akere ya so mo taw akoto dongo ya tongo da ku gani mo de dio anu aroma nara balai kimunete effort da bala bonde ya kina ni compensation milioni ne kanya kanya disi anepa enere ikelo milioni ka ai kimunete ke bala kwa alini kunejo watu kusoni kejase polo la nyama de jono rekaroma de kesa udikete dipikte sapuan data kuri kwa do pana iso pani di ko pani jasi ideona survivors
ras kere bala kwata kasa kanyangone
Kwata kaskana ni kan.
kwata kasa kanyangone kan ogeta kina puse kwa ni kwa puse
Do pa na irajo likaridi.
papa na adolon ko pana lo mare kara kaisa kanyape alokan
Kaisa kanya pa lokan.
munu wa Mukura ne kape lwa kyariso mamdo siji ne wa ngala bonde ake ko ya bala baki
Akira bogi woni lulwe.
ya bala ko pa ne ba ne do se ne ra bala ko na re wa kasera so yo ngora to
Konye pole na rakwani sini.
Do bolu badanga ngata bogi.
abo
Ale maro baboda bogi ane bien.
mamdo ngajini ani na re wa kasera ya to ngora to
So kwani neron ke mame kwa na bogi kina nini?
mami ba konye na bo ya jini
Jenje.
ajini yo kola sipo kitere keteke kilailo la meana kile ne uno isa gina teteru na teteru Roma to me lele buna de para el munya de la gina muyo kingani ulo mate de
Dobo isilikare ayore boto request to ma bogi araibo ajaine bote kwesi again like ejere le bote kwesi ore bane bote isilikare yes
arai ne pene kai te la ba pure ne apere ne kere ne alokuta ne kere dario ni
kai woni bote isilikare
kere bote ngunu pinna ngunu se kiso ore ke kiso ne ke kiri esa paket dunga esa walo mwana Roma pakina kingira yao o mwana de la nui te yo dunga to ngabali
so kai woni boto isilikare
ai kai to na lokuru ne kera dare ne dario ne kera Vengo di circale punoi punoi mami ne itu dia nyesi no akwana re anapana mami muro kinete nada era un de isto yo muache tinisto se me volve papa ba je karla mare re kol ko ngabo je joda bonkin bono juba ai aje yongo ba ya tai ba kwa ko mu na Apa rasa kanyare dau ke sala itu. Agak orang ni kamera operation. Ame ayau tu dia itu ayau le. Akanyare. Aroma, mama nyam. Mama mata kipi. Mama long. Ni piyau ni reje tu mana ni pun ngopongun. Kata sa bongo dia ni ke dia aroma ni pun ngopongun. Mam si long ni ke asisi doso ngoi. Isa itora ku o kumes kon kate kwana te do yo so bali tianchie
dobo jo nyobo aroma bujo dum kapa berejo
aroma bonga dumu aroma mo pura ngabete dani ni kai ke da muri prete nanga bere ni ngai ku so mo kwana nanga tana usoi bodo wa meuna ya meuna ina bunile ara ini be ja sei duka yi yesa je kiso ipina le kiso na pake bunga etoma ne du teri gago yesa bunga ere toma walas be rebel konye tunga ara silu reria iche kamite koriete iche ebongle te kate na angonto kiso na gwela na rakese kokori ara ngibore bore kama video ngun mama rasa luar kok luar kore itu relia bo itu kiso kamu jara uni musubet ikorio misiri ame on jara uni musubet koninen pakiche ya so chora lo que dia me ono chori agina ra uni sesi musubet lo ne peneni para sango no dai arasi ne kwani bala ni elosi aja sara sisi dani ni ara sisi de tama dai baka biya ida o pota kiro biro ro se ara sisi dani
Takakiro ri aranga kila Angela Rose alomuto ngongora angodi etemo duarata angodi na jeni ngo ni kam tu sebra pakin alam na tetungani opotu silikala opotu chalo la ngodi segar silikala ikonai itu tu opotu rasata doda paluto sunga kapakarungoni aditi tunge gangana mamamu na maminyo konyo opotu silikala idisibo bongutu aera metunga ale mutu na jasa moti ajoni baka seboni baloto tonyo meeting meeting nina kota korna kentunga nyo amuli nedo kamuto duata do ne rai komolo ni pono tuko kene do nyo tunga tesepulo poto tungo kerra kiri apake ona mama munyu ama mega ngane kelaje are tungi kule pe ka kerda kiri edo lo tunga nina no poto takanta nina ejula kene mitinga nina la baka bikura kene tunga nyo amuli ajaido ali moine tunga be bas dolute sini to de kene sonyo ikutuane itunga lepo abakasalibelo salomo nyegangani abakasonga bekosi tunga imamus mame kutuwa etani itunga leja asile itunga lo chalo arabere bosodi kuria kedwemu idwengu mara ni boetane idwengu na puja na kati na gweri lesi camping aite konyene ni era le pota itisila site silari mame tolere kutuwa leja ini akese pola tuko kwenye tunga ne etuko kwenye tunga komolo ne bora jakara labako kwalenga etuko kwenye tunga ntupuru chu aberebera ichwe kene tungane itonyo nte tunga mtu pulu cyane alomuna mpaka orisai aitoru ni agirigiroi ulomune to komele elomu to komele baka na yawo rekesine aya unikesine ichaniyo akese polo boisha na sane polo mutu icha bapa kanini icha ekonai baki chata mata kipi baka dona aloma kesa bodi iche etu akidoso wa langa na re ateba mata kipi ilebe sako da sa parasia uniango no mesiboni nyamtesesi elimu na mata kipi tunga iki akana iki balo sa mata nyo akipi konya ratwa nare paka na dolo kina dado ketari na anapura tunga ba albogi ara mwanus ara ichwe ikin mambude jana kapa kwa tumu masani kisakiro bana jiri ngani poli ya utatu ongora ne baka ya ngod ne kwa ne rete mo duarat ipolo ngone ya utereto ngolomdo sita ya unachita angodi nesageta ya untunga itorne ro duarat sakiro na jeni bereng ni kam to sini
no itunga bidi jenye to kitosani
itunga le to kitosani na jeni ma akaisa kanyape mana lo kanyangon esinga le baki to kitosani nare do soda ngora pota sala kiseure airia kindota aya utaisilikala ngina ruki silikale sana kere era soda ngopo to kuti odemete so igale ni nywa do mo jore e ko so kwa repinga so ache ngorepinga ta da che resa salo mamete so raria eresa ngopo idia iti silikala mote bi kutuo konyewa meti kutuo soda ngoro bana sala kena irio chalo sakiro no poto takana na jeni awo poni ya utatu ngani na ngora oreja ka tepolo na ngoni nisida ko raitu eke nto moto ngone buwe ngoni polo ngola kwa na atakena chi.
Hello, from wherever you are watching from. My name is Nathaniel Agu, and right behind me, as I explained in the video, that is a house where the people who died in that wagon were buried. It's written, as you can see on the wall, Mukura Massacre of 11th July 1989. It's now about more than 10 years from the time these people were laid to rest inside there. This place now remains to be remembered every 11th of July. People come here to pray and remember these people who passed on. The rebels are mercilessly decided to lock these people in a wagon, of course suffocating them. Most of them died, a few of them lived, and those are the ones who are telling us stories of what happened. But what is interesting about this area is someone gave me a small hint that the wagon, after these people were laid to rest, remained here as one of the things that was going to show that was going to be shown to the tourists. That wagon, according to these people, it's an allegation. It used to move itself from here up to, I think, more than about 50 kilometers, then come back. And when it would move, voices would be heard I don't know much about that, but that is what I was being told by someone. So after a few years, that wagon was also removed from here. I think after what was coming up about that area. So this place happens to be a tourist attraction. It is found in Ngora. But today I can tell you it still looks not to be organized. As someone loves tourism, expected you coming in such an area, you should be received at the gate and then enter in well. Look at something so interesting, but we hope for the best. But of course, it's a number of years. This place would have looked different. My name is Nathan Yagu. Make sure you subscribe, follow, like, drop down a comment. We'll have to change. The stories are many. The scars remain. But to this day, not a single officer has stood trial for the Mukura Massacre. Years passed before any official recognition came. Eventually, the community, led by survivors, families of the deceased, and local leaders, transformed the mass grave into a site of remembrance. A monument now stands where the 69 were buried. A secondary school, a library, and a small museum were constructed nearby. Not to glorify grief, but to ensure no one forgets. Each year on July 11th, Mukura gathers. Candles are lit, prayers are whispered, wreaths are laid, names are read. Children who never met the victims now grow up learning their names. Not to carry anger, but to inherit memory. The Mukura Memorial is more than a monument. It is a mirror held up to a nation still grappling with its past. Uganda has made progress, yes, but healing requires honesty. Justice requires acknowledgement, and peace demands memory.
My name is Sojatum Joseph, I'm Deputy Tourism Minister, Iteso Cultural Union. Today we have decided to visit Mukura Memorial Monument, and this is a monument. And this place has been gazetted as a place to remember our parents, to remember our brothers, to remember our uncles that lost their lives on the 11th of July 1989. They were all here, and the other side where you see is a monument where 69 of them are buried. And on the 11th of this year, next month, on the 11th of July, we shall be gathered here for prayers to remember the people that lost their lives in the wagon. 69 of them died, they suffocated, they were put inside, but the government of Uganda, under the leadership of President Museveni, has gazetted the place here, and we still have the elderly people, the survivors. We are able to meet them today. That I saw the letter that they are going to be compensated, some of them that are still surviving. So we appreciate, but I call upon all the Iteso that on the 11th of July this year, let's all gather in Mukura Memorial Monument to remember the lost souls that died on the 11th, 1989. So my coming here as a Minister of Tourism, we want to see that this place to be redeveloped, this place to be built to be an attraction, so that when people visit Iteso, it becomes one of the tourism destinations to be visited. It is a historical site that is here, and the cultural institution is really focused to see we develop this place, we market this place, and we attract so many. Because this place, this monument gave birth to Mukura Memorial Secondary School, where it is hosting almost 2,000 students today. So it is a great pleasure to have it here, and many more other things that can be attracted because of this monument which is here.
When history is buried, it doesn't disappear. It festers, it waits, it repeats. Mukura is a warning, a quiet scream across the decades that human life must never be treated as expendable, that security forces must never forget they serve the people, and that truth, no matter how painful, must be told. Today, the wind still passes gently through the trees of Mukura. Life goes on. Children laugh in the schoolyard. The train station sits quiet. But beneath that soil lies a story we must keep telling. For the 69 who never came home, for the survivors who live with their memories, and for the future that we might never again repeat the sins of our past. Mukura remembers, and so must we. The story of this place is just so disturbing. I've been here, but at the time I have spent talking to some of the people around the community who prefer not to be recorded. It's a bit heartbreaking. According to what I've observed here, some have forgotten the pain, but others still say it's going to take them a while before they forget what truly happened here. Because if you could just imagine your beloved one being beaten, then locked up in a wagon, killed by the scorching heat, and wow, it's really so stressing. For a period of, I think when they were arrested, some of them were arrested from their gardens. Some of them were arrested coming back from work. And of course, they were asked to reveal the name of the rebels whom none of them even knew. None of them knew. Some of them say the rebels used to disturb them too, and would come in rare occasions. So they had no clue about where these rebels come from and who they were. So they were allegedly accused of concealing information about these rebels. So it was from that time whereby security took them up, tortured them, trying to maybe get information from them, but they didn't have any information. Instead, it was just pain and a wastage of about 69 lives over torture that didn't actually work out. It is so heartbreaking. They promised, each of them were promised 5 million. There are more than 150 survivors, 5 million each by the president, but still today they have not been given the money. They continue killing in this place as a way of honoring those who passed on, without being paid a coin of man, any coin. That they just keep on killing the place. They're not being paid, but they still hope that they will receive money one day and possibly change their lives. Memory of the 69 victims of Mukura Massacre. Let us never forget, and let's visit Mukura Memorial Site.